Oh, what's up, everyone? Okay. First off, I just want to say if you're watching this, thank you. I'm new to specifically the YouTube aspect of social media. It's not something I've really done before. I've done a couple videos, but they've been very mid. So if you're at least interested enough to watch the video part of this, then thank you. Okay, without further ado, as of 2 days ago, I put a story on my Instagram, and it was asking people to respond with questions, Q&A questions. So I'm just gonna read some of the responses and answer them, just so I can kind of further introduce myself, people can have a deeper aspect of who I am as a person, try and be an open book with social media. So let's get started. Number one, what got you into fitness/bodybuilding? That question for me is pretty simple. It was my freshman year in high school. I had just signed up to play football, and that summer before I would start school was football training camp. And training camp was a nightmare for 110-pound, 5'7", 5'8" Brendan. Not only was I just about the smallest, one of, or if not the smallest person on the team, but I was also the weakest. I had never picked up a dumbbell in my life. I didn't even know what a dumbbell was really. Not familiar with a gym, nothing. So I got started with the football team and very quickly learned that being a weakling was not very highly looked upon. So about halfway through the season, I realized it's time to change. My grandmother got me a gym membership at the YMCA of Huntington Beach, which I still use today. And I slowly built up networking with bodybuilders, different athletes who I'm friends with, and now it led me to where I am today with fitness. But yeah, so basically being a small, weak guy, sick of being bullied, same as everyone else. Number two is what motivates me. That's kind of a comprehensive question in my mind because I don't like to specifically have, for example, I don't like a person to motivate me because then you're leaving it open to being let down. I like to wake up, remind myself why I want it, how I'm gonna get there, what it's gonna take, sacrifices and goals, and that kind of just keeps me going every day. So just reminding myself what I've been through, I've gotten through it. We're gonna go through more, we're gonna get through it, we're gonna get where we wanna be. So that's kind of my self-motivation. Number three, what made you want to start social media? So that's funny, actually. I, up until about a year and a half ago, had no interest in social media. I would post on Instagram and stuff, but just like every other high school kid. Maybe had I think I was steady at about 470 followers. And I was so hung up on like, when you have a following, you're like popular in a sense. I've come to now realize that's true and false. But as I got more into the fitness industry, I realized that social media is something that you can live by doing. And I loved that idea. The idea of making your own hours, being able to succeed based off of making your own content, your own hobbies, showing your own life. So basically everything I do for fun and being able to share that with the world and have it be a career. So that's my end goal. Nowhere close, but we are getting there. So yeah. Who is your biggest inspiration? That is another comprehensive question because I don't particularly have great big inspirations. I have inspirations when it comes to looks. I have inspirations when it comes to social media. For example, right now, Alex Eubank. 100% would probably be my all around, like just where he's at in his life and how he's gotten there with his faith, with his religion, with his motivational videos, his podcast, just everything about him I just aspire to be like, and kind of just hold myself accountable to kind of live like that. Not live the way he lives, but to be able to hold myself accountable and act a certain way and show people a certain part of yourself that other people wouldn't want to show. Number 6, what is your go-to bulk meal? Easy, French toast. I am a diehard French toast fan. Put a plate of peanut butter banana crunchy French toast from Stacks in Irvine in front of me, and game over. But yeah, French toast. What's your future goal with fitness and social media? Fitness-wise, no end goal. Every once in a while, I decide that I want to do a bodybuilding competition, then I realize I'm not that into it. But with social media-wise, I want to grow and grow and grow and never stop growing and inspire as many people as I possibly can, whether that's with fitness advice, religion, faith, motivational videos, speaking, just any way I can. I just love connecting with people, networking with people, meeting people, talking to people. Huge social person, and I just think social media is such a great way to do that. Number 8, what will the indicator be that you've made it? I think that's hard to depict. I don't think there really is an indicator on you've made it, because a lot of people, like I've heard some people say, when I buy my dad or mom a car, or when I buy my mom and dad a house, or when I buy my dream car. But then again, it's so easy to go and save a specific amount of money to do that. And then once you've now done that, to not be able to afford other things and to not be able to do other things. And I just like to think of it as a way, if I'm living comfortably and living happily, then I know I'm succeeding. I don't know I've succeeded. I know I'm succeeding, which then will remind me to continue succeeding and doing what I'm doing currently to help myself continue to succeed, if that makes sense. Let's see, we're about halfway through. So, number 9, my max bench PR. My max bench PR, I'm gonna confidently say, is 2 plates. I think I've tried 2 plates once in my life and I got it. I've never gone above that. I never flat bench. I don't like to flat bench. It's just the risk to reward ratio, in my opinion, is too bad, and I have bad shoulders. Shoulders are a very big weak point of mine, and I just don't want to take that chance. I know too many people have gotten a shoulder injury with that. I know one of these days I'll watch the Trend Twins enough and I'll end up going and trying to bench, but until then, yeah. Max deadlift. My deadlift is my strongest lift. My deadlift currently is sitting at 425. I have been on a break from major compound lifts, specifically deadlift. But 425, I worked that up for a good long while, and that I'm very proud of. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, but the risk to reward ratio on deadlift is so much worse than bench press, but I get that. As stupid as it sounds, I'd rather have a back injury than a shoulder injury, because with a back injury, it can heal easier, it can heal stronger. With a shoulder injury, you're always going to have some underlying issue. So that's my opinion. So if you're a doctor and you're watching this and you're saying I'm a flat out liar, I don't mean to lie to people, that's just my opinion. 11, how has your faith changed or affected your life in social media and mental? Okay, we're going to split this one into 3 sections. So first off, how has your faith changed or affected your life? I have just very recently actually started becoming closer with God. I've always been Christian. I am Christian raised. Grew up going to church every weekend. I am baptized. My grandparents, very, very religious, very Christian, but I don't know, there's just something about growing up. I was never that kid who was as into his religion, and I regret it very deeply now, because I see that at the end of the day, you got to remind yourself that no matter who you have, your mom, your dad, your best friend, your cousin, your girlfriend, boyfriend, no one is going to be there for you as much as God. At the end of the day, that is your only guarantee. Like, you can commit murder and God will be there for you. I'm not trying to give an excuse on, hey, go commit murder and just ask God for forgiveness. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying, no matter the sin, he's always behind you. He's always there. So I've just recently started reading the Bible as much as I can, praying, being open, and specifically being open about my faith, talking about it. And it's helped a lot. I've had a lot of people now reach out to me and ask for advice, how I get through things, how to get closer with God. And it's much better. It's a much better way of living life is when it gives you a sense of purpose. Just being able to have someone to talk to that's not really there physically. I don't know, but how has your faith affected or changed your social media life? It hasn't necessarily changed. I mean, it's changed it a little bit, as in like a lot of people now are reaching out to me. Oh, it's those deadlift back problems. A lot more people are reaching out to me to talk about their faith, talk about God, how I've become closer with God. It's just opening myself up to helping people, talking to more people about things. I love, love, love talking to people and just listening. Like, I had, I think, 7 people last night add my personal Snapchat just to rant about their problems that they're going through. And I will sit there as long as I possibly can if I have the time and listen to what you have to say and read what you have to say. And I will try and give you my best advice that I possibly can, and I will give you the time of day. I know not a lot of people like to do that, but I will, because I understand more than anyone else, in my opinion, what it's like to need to talk about something and not have anyone that you really are comfortable talking to. So if you need help or you just want someone to talk to, I'm right here. I will always listen. And how has it changed your mental health? My mental health is getting better drastically with my faith. I read a motivational quote. I read motivational quotes constantly, but I read a Bible verse every morning and one every night before I go to bed. I have an alert on my phone, so it sends me a random one and I read it. I recently subscribed to an app called Pep Talk. It's $50 a year, $47 a year. Highly recommend it. You choose your category, whether it's love, depression, anxiety, sadness, happiness, work ethic, whatever. And it recommends you motivational speaker videos all over the place. And I have been listening to that for the past 4 days constantly. It's amazing. But just, that's all a part of me getting closer with God and my faith and being more open about it. And it has drastically helped my mental health in such a positive way. Right? I don't know if any of you know, but we're filming on an iPhone. We don't have a camera yet, so that's why I keep checking to make sure that it's still recording. Anyways, number 12, what do I look for in a girl? What do I look for in a girl? What I look for in a girl is confidence. I can't have someone, I can't live the way I live and have a partner who isn't self-positive and who doesn't care about themselves as much as I care about myself. That's just, it's kind of a letdown. It's depressing in a way. They need to know what they want in life. And I'm not saying like, oh, I want to be a nurse, or I want to be a cop, or I want to be a fitness influencer. They just need to have sort of an idea, like something in the medical field, or I'm working on these couple things. Just have an idea. Don't be flying blind. That's just, no. What else? Looks wise, as I get older, there's not many looks. I love, like, my 2 favorite looks for girls are their eyes and their smile. That's about it, looks wise. If they're a gym girl, that's next level. Athleticism, awesome. But yeah, just as long as we get along. If we hang out one time and genuinely can like talk for hours about anything and just get along, then there's a strong chance that I will end up liking you. Like, because that's rare. You can't do that now anymore. 13, favorite bodybuilder. I mean, everyone's gonna say C-Bum right now, 4-time Mr. Olympia. I mean, props to him. I hope he runs 5. But I think he's now a little overrated just because like you talk to people who don't know the first thing about bodybuilding, yet they're so quick to say like C-Bum's the best bodybuilder. It's like, oh, what about Arnold? Who's Arnold? All right. But personally, I'm gonna say Jeremy Buendia just because I've met him. I talked to him. I went to the same gym as him for a while. I was familiar with his lifestyle. I was very easily able to relate with him, and I can now just see him as such a relatable person. So Jeremy Buendia, if you're watching or if you see this, check out my Instagram. How has bodybuilding or fitness affected your mental health? Oh my Lord, this is a good one. Bodybuilding. People think fitness and bodybuilding help your mental health. False! It's wrong. It will help you for a little while, and then everything else will set in. The body dysmorphia, depression, sadness, anxiety, other people's opinions. It will flood in and break you down. But that's how you learn to deal with it, and to express it, and to find coping mechanisms, and get bigger, and get better, and motivate yourself. So, personally, I think it is kind of a chain effect. I think it goes good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, just for an endless cycle. But there's no, it helps or it doesn't help. I think it's both. How do you keep up with school, work, social media, your faith, and family and friends all at the same time? Oh my Lord, I don't. I don't know how many of you know this, but I am a terrible student, or was. I am doing better as of last semester, but college was just not it for me my first year. I think I failed every class. High school, lots of D's and C's, did very, not a school guy. Work, I've always either worked with my dad or had some small part-time job. My very first part-time job was Jack Surfboards here in Huntington Beach, and I got fired. Social media, I'm recently getting into, and my faith, I'm recently being more open about, and family and friends, that's life. But what I'm trying to say is don't look at me and think that I have it all figured out, because I don't. I start school in a month. I also need to find another job because I won't be able to work during the day. I need to find a night job. I also need to reserve time to go to the gym. I need to focus on my faith. I need to save time for family and friends. And I need to save time for social media. That is 6 different things that need to be jam-packed into a 24-hour period, minus sleep. So yeah, I don't. If that answers your question. 15, how do you keep up? We just answered that one. Oh, last but not least. If you could collab with one influencer, who would it be? Alex Eubank. Alex, if you ever see this by chance, brother, I will pay for you to come out here with the money I don't have, but I would love nothing more than to just shake your hand and have a conversation about anything with you. I have watched you since the day I saw your first posing video in your basement gym back in, I believe, 2019 on TikTok, before you were even out there, and I have followed you ever since. And yeah, strong goal of mine, meet you in person. That's it. Meet you in person, shake your hand. But yeah, so that is all of the Q&A questions that I got, or at least the appropriate ones. That is, I got a lot of ones that I will not be asking on camera. But yeah, so that was my Q&A video. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments of this video style, editing style, whatever. I'm going to clip this up for TikTok, Instagram, and the main will go on YouTube. So you guys stay posted, and please feel free to shoot me your feedback. I think I just gave myself the hiccups. But yeah, like I said earlier, those of you who want to talk about faith, want to talk about gym, want to talk about anything, my DMs are always open. My Snapchat is in my Instagram bio, in my beacons. I always add as many people back as I can. I'm always checking DMs. I'm always responding to anybody. So yeah. Thanks, guys. Hope you guys have a rest. Blah. See? I knew I could only say normal things for so long. Then my English just said bye. Goodbye. But yeah, hope the rest of you have a great day. Bye.